get a face full of the Kenn Bosak. He's a mentor. That's what I heard. He's a connector. Oh yeah. He's a brilliant leader. I've seen it. He's Kenn Bosak. Oh, happy bro. You gotta get some Bitcoin and hold it. Happy bros. You gotta get those NFTs and you gotta hodl that stuff. You gotta hodl it. 'Cause I'm Kenn bro. We got your Bitcoin, bro. He's an original. Buy some NFTs and hold them. How many times does he have to tell you? Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. 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 Yeah, we're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Bro, we're going to the moon. Oh yeah, we're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. Real high. Yep. Real high. Hello, happy bros. Come get your Kenn Bosak.
There are many different ways to buy Bitcoin, but the cheapest and fastest way to buy Bitcoin with cash is with a coin flip Bitcoin ATM. Coin flip ATMs allow anyone to buy Bitcoin with the lowest fees and within just a few steps. Hi, I'm Amy, and I'm one of the hundreds of store owners who partner with CoinFlip. In this convenient store, we host a CoinFlip Bitcoin ATM. We earn passive income. More foot traffic, free advertising done by the CoinFlip team was easy. We just contact the CoinFo at coinflip.tech and with no cost to the store owner. This includes maintenance, marketing, and even 24/7 customers provide a small space within the store. Bitcoin ATM and join the monetary revolution. CoinFlip today. Tech or fill us .coinflip 773-0106.
All right, we're live. It's live.
Yeah, hi.
How goes it, bros? Thanks for everybody tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, comment, all that good shit. Today we're with the co-host Nathan and our bro Mamae. How goes it?
Yeah, everything is well. I actually missed you so much, so it's kind of.
I haven't seen you in so long. I think the last time I saw you was in Vegas?
I think it was in Vegas, Litecoin Summit, World CryptoCon, and
my birthday.
Oh yeah, that's true. It was such a great convention. I think we all had such a great time. It was really lovely. And then after that, everything got canceled on us. So
Yeah. I went to one more event since then in New York. There was one in like February right after.
yeah.
And then recently in Miami, there was one. So I think Miami might be where there's some events to get together and meet up
Yeah.
if you want to, see our friends again IRL.
Oh, well,
100%.
I'm already planned to be there. Hopefully, if Bitcoin conference comes through, I'll be there. And yesterday, actually 2 days ago, I was just in Solana Beach. We had a Bitcoin meetup on the pizza port, and it was really awesome. There was it was 50-50 ladies and guys. I had never seen a meetup with so many ladies in my life. So I was super excited to just see Bitcoiners again and hang out and eat pizza together. And I was like, yes, we are back.
Yeah, that's what mainstream looks like, right? A balance of guys and gals. It used to be that 1%, not so much mass adoption, just a lot of dudes
hanging out. I'm so lost needing a girlfriend, and now I found so many girlfriends in this space. I'm really excited.
We're gonna see so many different people in general coming in from all different, types of humanity to different industries to different interests. The whole thing. This is mass adoption. Everybody's coming.
Totally. And, it felt a little bit like a flashback of when I was coming in and just talking to these people, very fresh, and you kind of guiding them through. And just, I'm like, okay, this feels just like it was when I was coming in. The energy is just great. And I think we miss just going around and getting together and having that vibe. So can't wait for, summer and warm up and number of cases go down and we all get together.
Yeah.
Pretty good in terms of just, I see so many events being planned right now, and everything's looking pretty nice. So I'm excited to get out there and go to some of my first real events. I haven't really been to any events yet for NFTs or anything like that, so I'm excited. And like you said, it seems like there's a different crowd involved now than there was before. Maybe there was more like a heavy metal concert before.
Oh no, dude, this is gonna be beautiful. All right, what we're seeing now as before, we saw like VCs and hedge funds because of like the ICO boom. I think what we're gonna see now is just a shit ton of artists, bro, just fucking in hordes of artists at these events, because this is what they're adopting, and this is the industry that's taking the lead right now, is the art and music, entertainment, media. That side is really getting in right now. So I think we're going to see a shit ton of independent artists at these events. Kind of probably like I've been in my fucking dresses and shit, just hanging out, chilling at conferences, smoking and doing mushrooms on the, talking about crypto. There's been a few of us. Now I think there's going to be more of us.
No, I definitely think Ken is on point right there, because I thought, okay, with this wave, who is going to contact me? My best friends, the people that I know. But no, now that I'm working a little bit with Library and Odyssey, helping them with the Portuguese translations, just so the Brazilian public has the knowledge and the know-how to navigate the platform. And then I get these artists, musicians, YouTubers, top YouTubers with 1, 2, 3 million, subscribers, calling me and saying, hey, I need to launch this, help me get NFTs done. So definitely what Ken is indicating, I can definitely feel the consequences of this, and I'm trying to handle it. I'm like, okay, if I gotta get this done for people, and I gotta help them out.
Yeah, and it makes it cool and beautiful too. It was something that was risking becoming boring because of the finance element. Yep. And all of a sudden we see a lot of fun, interesting, artistic, creative people getting into the space and taking it to a place where it's exciting, even though it is about
like
your finance.
People selling NFTs for $1 and basically giving out Willy Wonka golden tickets to new Lambos and houses.
Yeah, it's insane. We're seeing a lot of that, and even mainstream art. We just saw the Banksy NFT. So there's just all kind of cool stuff going on. I'm glad that it's a beautiful.
Have you seen that yet, Mamie? The Banksy NFT?
I haven't seen it. Now you got me curious.
Yeah, a company called Injective Protocol bought it for $95,000, and they burned it, the original. But before they did that, they created an NFT of it on OpenSea. So
Ashton Kutcher did that as well. You know, after Paris Hilton did, he actually created like just a scribble and then he burned the paper and he sold his scribble. That was kind of one of the first ideas. I just think like it's also, it has so much room to grow. Like I love the idea that they are valuing and it's just something being used for collectibles and, you know, artists using to embed their art into the blockchain and make it unique, a one of a piece, one of a kind. But I do see this technology getting injected into so many things, just like Kenn. The first NFT that I actually received was a Kenn's NFT, and it was just like his business card. Because now that we are seeing these blockchains that are really inexpensive to use, all of a sudden this technology is going to enable us to use, you know, this tool in so many ways. And it's just irreplaceable, you know, this idea that we can create a digital file, and then when I send it to you, I no longer keep a copy. That copy is yours. Is just a unique tool that can get translated into so many things, so many fields, and it's just so amazing.
I'm gonna bring the Banksy art up on screen for the viewers there on the podcast. So here's the piece of art in question.
Yeah, it's one of his cooler ones in my opinion, just the style of it. But it's called Morons, I think. I like all of his stuff. He's obviously revolutionary.
Yeah, it's called Morons.
Yeah, which I think is kind of ironic, considering people are piling into the NFT space without any education, and then this is all of a sudden the biggest story in NFTs. So it's kind of, I think it's sort of ironic in a way.
It really is, because it's a market that is so unknown, and I think now that is such a hype that everybody's grabbing what they can grab. We are not really aware of, you know, I'm sure that are special collectors that, you know, could size up each artist, but right now these lists are still getting created, these platforms are still getting created. So people are just like, let me just grab this and whatever price. But I think as we dive into it, things are going to become a little bit more clear and easier for people to navigate and understand as well. And it's fairly simple. I tell people, you know, learning it in theory is much harder than actually, you know, interacting with it. And I think part of the reason why I can understand it so well, it's because I, you know, was exposed to people just like Kenn that made me use the technology before I even learned about it. So by the time I learned the lingo about it, I'm like, you know, it doesn't matter how complicated this sounds. This is actually really simple. It's just about creating a digital file and sending to each other. It's really not too intricate. And I think sometimes when we talk too much about it, it sounds like it's such a unique thing.
No different than using Dropbox or Google Drive, Tumblr, or Instagram, now that we really have like on-ramps like Atomic Hub that make things so much simpler than they used to be. Back when I was trying to make business card NFTs, that was not as easy as it is today, you know, and that was on Ethereum. That became an expensive experiment with that.
I can imagine. How much is all that Ethereum worth now? But imagine, it's all learning curve, and you know, everything that we do early, we learning, creating a huge learning curve for what's coming next. So nothing is wasted. I tell people, even the crypto you lose is truly not wasted because you've learned something in the process.
So here's my thought on this right here, where we have a lot of new people coming into this space. Mainstream adoption is happening. They're FOMOing into what we were doing, and now they're making their NFTs, and that's because they're using Ethereum because they don't know better. You know what I mean? They haven't been around long enough, and like I've been around long enough that I already played and wasted all my Ethereum doing Ethereum NFTs. They'll realize that, you know, real friends don't let friends pay gas fees for art. Right?
Exactly. Why are you gonna mint something you don't know if you're gonna sell for $1 and pay $90 to mint it? You know, I knew I couldn't afford to mint an NFT on Ethereum, and I had to wait until something was available for me, and finally is. So I'm minting. When
I
the
know
else,
it's like for sure gonna sell. Like if it's something that I've been working on for a long time and it's something that's like very unique or interesting, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna sell as a one of one or something, I'll go ahead and put it up on ETH. But I'm pretty selective nowadays of what I put up there too, because there is just so much stuff, and the
it gets
prices to mint are
busy.
crazy.
No, I'm seeing now, for example, now that I'm launching my NFTs, of course, I would love to launch some of my, original art. I have a lot of original art that are my own. You see stuff that
Very
is up
cool.
there. I have oils. I have things that I haven't really, exposed, because I will, when I can do it on the Ethereum network later on, when I learn how to launch a real nice collection and a marketing strategy behind. But I'm just putting baby steps in. I'm launching my little pixel collection and just saying, let's see how this behaves. Let's see how the page in my blog is gonna do, how I'm gonna code it so I have my nice page. Also creating a gallery on my blog too, because I couldn't get verified on Wax. So I created a gallery on my blog page in which I'm listing every NFT that I am actually creating myself. So that way, it's like, don't trust, verify.
Verify yourself, exactly.
Absolutely.
So
That's
I'm
the coolest thing I've heard so far in terms of verification. You're
You
just kind of
see,
like, all right, I'll beat this system. If I can't join them, I'll beat them.
I'm gonna beat them. I'm like, if I don't know how, I'm gonna create some other way,
Yep.
even if it's based on the old-fashioned way, to legitimize my. If they take forever, people can still legitimize in my blog which NFT I ever created, in which blockchain. There is even one that I gifted Kenn, that I put it that gifted to Kenn Bosak. So I want people to know where they are going, and I want them to be able to verify, because I think that right now they are not selling. Like I had 3 bids and I sold it for 1 wax. It's like silly, but it's there, and who knows what the next one is gonna sell for, and the next one is gonna sell for, and
what's the name of the collection for people that might be looking on Atomic Hub, or how can they find your blog?
Oh, my blog is www.mamecrypto.com. Just like you see underneath my picture over here, just put the .com and you head over there. You're gonna have a page called Gallery, and from there you can go. And my first piece is called Mama Pixel. The second piece, I issued the Mama Pixel. I issued 10 of them. So I actually gifted 1 to Kenn. One is on auction right now, and 1 has been sold on auction already. So we have 1 sold, 1 gifted to Kenn, and the other one is on auction live right now. And I have 7 to go. But I'm thinking of doing Mama Pixel with different backgrounds, like Mama Pixel in Brazil, changing it up a little bit. And I started, I got inspired by you guys. And last night I created Pixel Stash. So I might.
That is awesome.
So Pixel Stash might come out sometime soon. And I just want to create like a nice page in my blog that I can start putting the little collection together. And maybe I'm going to start doing everybody in pixels. So we'll see. The 32 by 32 pixels on Wax blockchain, inexpensive art. I want this to be accessible so everybody can play with the technology and have fun with it. Not have to spend the big bucks to learn it.
I'm looking on your website and I was trying to find the NFTs. I see the home, video, swag shop, earn crypto, cryptocurrency, and then I see the drop down menu. What would it be called? Because I see market.
Gallery. All the way down.
Oh, gallery. Yeah, definitely want to put like NFT gallery or something.
Yes.
Yeah,
I definitely do. And I have to improve the page. But you see, I number them. The number 1 I did on the Ethereum blockchain, my first NFT, but that one I didn't sell. I just kept it because, I did it a while back and Ethereum fees weren't this expensive. So I think at the time I paid like $12 to mint it or something. It wasn't too bad. So I have one that I issued on the Ethereum that I'm going to keep it for now. Maybe later I'll sell it. And then I have the Mama Pixel, and then I have, when NFTs just started, when art was getting recorded on the blockchain, but it wasn't really becoming NFTs, I signed up for a site called creary.net, that we were just literally inserting the piece into the blockchain. So over there, I inserted some of my art pieces, like my drawings and my oils and things like that. But I haven't posted anything for sale yet. I haven't created NFTs out of them. It's just that it's mine. It's recorded on the blockchain. One day I'm gonna mint it.
That's interesting. I was just talking to 3D. I was always wondering how, people will be able to take their, old art that they just wanted to, keep on a flash drive or keep on, like a Dropbox or whatever. How would they be able to start minting that art now and prove that, hey, this is like some old art that I made? You kind of took that preemptive step way early and said, now you have like metadata that you could put that piece that will link it into that blockchain where it's stored in the NFT that you're minting now, and say, hey, here is the link to the original, proving that this is when it was created by me. So inside the metadata, you can put that information.
Wow, that's pretty fantastic, because those I've been recording since like 2018, 2019, even before the technology was even there. So it's kind of cool to have that information. Hey, this is where it was originally recorded on the
exactly. You can definitely do that. I would recommend talking to 3D Douglas in the Telegram chat. Might be able to help you out.
I follow him.
Oh, cool. Yeah. He's awesome. He's in the chat right now. Shout out to QVN, Quality Value NFTs. Yeah, that's the thing we're doing.
Love you.
So I want to
jump in to help. That's really cool. That's what I love about this space.
Exactly. Talking about help, that's where I wanted to jump in and open the floor to like questions that you can pick my brain or Nathan's, even the community in the chat. Feel free to chime in. Even if you have your own questions, list them in the comments. You have answers, throw them around too. But yeah, if you have any questions, about like Atomic Hub or your NFTs or whatever, just shoot them our way.
Yeah, definitely.
Are you asking the audience or me? Because I have like
you for sure. I was just letting them know they're also invited to ask.
So in terms of Atomic Hub, the best thing is, the question for me is, how do I get myself verified? So that's something that I want to make sure that I get my account verified, so that I give more sense of security, as this is me. What's the best way to go get that done? I send an email.
That's a good step. I would just say join their Telegram, make friends with Jonah, make friends with Jonah, one of the founders, one of the guys that that in charge. But yeah, just all you got to do is just not be a bot, be like a public person. Hey, this is my face, this is my name. Like, all right, people know who you are. You can get level 1 verified pretty easy. It is a waiting list, but they're also just going through to make sure people aren't stealing anybody's identities or you know what I mean? So it's like very basic, not KYC, but like, can you tweet something to let us know that you're really you? Because something like that maybe.
Yeah. No, I did. I'm doing that process, and definitely was just thinking, which channel do they respond?
Telegram
best?
for sure.
Telegram. Okay, good to know. And I'll jump in on the Telegram. Would you say Atomic Hub specific group, or just a wax group will do
Atomic Hub specifically?
Okay, all right. I'll jump in there, and I'll do all the support with my blog and everything, and I think I can create a really good sense of security. Now, I have other things that are happening in the space that I want to prepare for, which is these great artists contacting me and wanting me to launch their NFT campaigns. These are artists, they are mainstream artists in Brazil. Some of them are musicians, some of them are painters, some of them are sport related. So, for example, for musicians, we're thinking about, clips of the music. For sports, we have all categories of things that we can do, CD covers that are not used in a CD. But I'm trying to think, what would be the best way to launch a marketing campaign for one good artist and make a significant impact? Because I want to do this for Brazilian artists, but I don't want them NFTs to sell for one wax. I want them to get a sense that this was worth doing, And I want to do a really interesting educational campaign so that the public understands how to grab them and make it a simple process to grab it. So who do you think has done it well that I could inspire, my effort and create something similar?
I'm curious to see what Nathan has to say on that, since he's coming from that exact demographic.
Yeah, there's some crazy collections that have come out and marketed themselves properly. Like some of the artists that we know about, like Beeple, Pranksy, all these people. But at the same time, if we're like kind of just getting started, we got to start somewhere. And a lot of the time when I was doing that at the beginning, I would try to link it to something that was in some way charitable. That way, no matter what happened, I was still satisfied with the result. And any artists that I've worked with at the beginning, we tried to kind of give money to charity. That way, even if it's sold for like almost nothing, we felt like we were making a difference, which is kind of one of the elements that art is all about.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
That's where I start, and usually you're gonna garner more grassroots support that way anyway, because people want to help too, and if they know that buying your artwork, a portion of that is going to go to help other people. It's a good way to kind of kill two birds with one stone.
Yeah, I suggested that. I said, I think we got to start by doing something good for someone, and they all are very receptive to that idea.
What you give, it's that whole thing. Like, if a lot of times in life, if I'm having trouble getting something out of something that I want, like I'm like, all right, well, I'm not giving enough into this.
Yep.
I agree.
And when I start like spiritually searching for something, or try to inject more love into a project, or reach out and try to give somehow. So that's then, like where I start if things aren't kind of clicking usually.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I to kind of extrapolate a little on top of what Nathan said, not to toot my own horn, I was hoping maybe he would have done that. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. But seriously, I think, like collaborations, working with people in this space that are doing similar things that these artists are trying to do in a similar way, whether they're a musician or a painter or graphics designer, whatever they do, that they're trying to tokenize and make into a non-fungible token and, do things with. There's probably people in this space already doing that, and they're very open to community growth. So if you're like an audio musician making music, I would 100% recommend going and becoming part of the Uplift community. What M Blue and Corey are doing with music and NFTs, and like by sharding them and making you collect all different clips of the song, and then if you have all the different clips, then you can redeem it basically for the full song, and that gamification of like. And not even that, like, everybody has a favorite, like, verse of a song that they kind of want. And I could just go buy the whole song from M Blue and get my favorite little chorus, too. And I think that collectability and ownership and thing, like, the way they're doing that, and they are very open to helping other musicians. And then, if you're an artist that creates art, join all of the NFT platform programs that are making games or making collectible cards, because they are hiring artists left and right, and that's how you can start kind of building a name in this space, because coming into anything day one's going to be hard. If you just start a teespring.com website and you want to sell t-shirts, who's going to see that they're there? Who's going to be interested in what you're putting on the shirt? Will people buy? Like, all of that has to go into just because it's an NFT doesn't mean people will buy it. And that's why I think a lot of the times people may be approaching it in that wrong way. And I want artists that are, already creating physical art to know that they could use this in the right way. And I think the best way to come into the space is reach out, make friends, and collaborate.
Absolutely. That's how I did it with Kenn. Like, I essentially made him a piece of artwork that I was just going to mint as a one-on-one and give it to him, a portrait of him. And him being who he is, him being himself and being so charitable, he's like, well, why don't we actually do something with this? And that way I can help you earn some money, because I was kind of struggling at the time. And, he was able to use his community that he's built the right way through love and charity. to help me out as an artist. And he's done this several times with different artists now. And it kind of proves the point, like you said, that community does the selling for you, and it kind of helps the success create itself. Like he started this thing that I was able to accidentally plug into and become successful.
Every artist should have a Telegram. Every artist should have a Discord. Every artist should have a way for their community to get together and engage with each other. You know, maybe it's not to just engage with you all day, every day, but at least now your community that have similar interests and usually probably like-minded individuals have a place that they can gather. And then, of course, obviously you can monetize that. But if you use that monetization in a rewarding way where you're giving back as well, then it's kind of like that self-perpetuating community, that like fully cyclical economy of community there. You know, and that's why I like to tell people, you know, buy each other's art. You know, if artists bought each other's art, there would be no starving artists. There would just be a lot of artists with a lot of art.
For sure, and a beautiful room, super colorful. I know, I agree. Another point you made that interacting with the platforms and gaming, the gamification of everything, and I noticed from my own experience, just joining in these platforms early and making use of, you know, maybe a game or a social media platform like Twitter that is giving out NFTs, all of a sudden I was rewarded with so many, you know, toys, I would say, digital toys that just now are starting to have value. So little objects that before wasn't of value to me are now becoming more valuable in my wallet because I joined in these platforms and I received these free gifts. These early incentives are just amazing, you know, being early and diving in and playing with these blockchain platforms. You're going to get some rewards here and there, sometimes free incentives to join in that later on don't exist. So I felt that in the past year, I've done enough of that, and that helped me not only learn, but it helped me, you know, gain a little bit of income as well. And it's
well, by minting your own NFTs, you're already in a position to, you know, make that a business. Like you said, artists are reaching out to you to help them tokenize their art. And I mean, that's pretty much a job, right? I mean, that job doesn't exist yet. There's nowhere you can go to get training or certifications. You just have to build your own resume and say, here's my proof of concept. Look at this NFT I made. Look, people are buying it. Yes, I can do this for you. I think that hasn't even really begun yet. That whole like new industry of economy, of job opportunities. Everyone's complaining about the unemployment rate going up, but nobody's paying attention to the self-employment rate. Everybody that's not employed is finding a side hustle. Everybody, like, there's so many people that I know that, like, if they don't do something, they're just doing an Uber or Lyft drive for a few hours a day or something. They're hustling somewhere.
I just minted one NFT and I'm becoming a freaking agency, you know?
Yes, exactly.
Artists are starting to realize that they can essentially start printing their own money now. And that's the cool thing as an artist.
Well, they have always been doing that, you know? It was just harder to transact in physical goods.
Now you can monetize without having so many barriers of entry. And I think that's what's cool about it.
I'm waiting for artists, and I think, you know, doing things where they're taking a physical piece of art, digitizing it under like super scanners, and then destroying the physical piece of art. And then now it is just an NFT that used to be physical. I think
two of mine early on, I actually had like paintings that I took photos of, sold, and then I would set that on fire and send them.
We'll never do that. I'm so attached to my paintings.
I know, it was so hard.
People that wanted to buy them and I can't. I'm like,
That's why I stopped. That's why I can't do it anymore.
It's just this is unique actually. Kenn saw this piece. We have a picture with this one together. This one, look at this. This is psychotic. This is my psychotic. I call it the obsessive compulsive cities. I do these little dots since I'm a child. It's like micro dots.
Pointillism.
Yeah, I used to do these like in class. I could hear the class and I would just keep on doing little balls. I had like total nerd.
Yeah.
And I used to make my friends, names and give it to friends, and
That
it's
is
just something that
great.
nerdy that I do. Don't do it as often, but
Yeah, all my notes from school have just drawings all over them. It's crazy.
yeah, I'm a doodler.
So have you thought about like trying to tokenize them and then like shipping the physical
Yeah.
ones to the people who buy the digital?
Yeah, I like Loriana does. I definitely will in the future. I just don't have too much time in my hands, but in the future, I think what I want to do is create prints, because the originals I'll never. These are
Sentimental.
I'm just like I'm too geeky to let them go.
Yeah.
But I would do prints. Like I have me. Like let me bring some more stuff.
Well, yeah, I mean, you could do a mint 1 of 1 for the originals, and then you could always do a 100 or 1,000 for the prints.
Like you see, this is oils. You see, I have. Yeah,
Crazy.
Kinky.
I know.
Okay.
Look, have you
I mean,
seen
I
this?
instantly saw an orgy.
Yeah.
But this was it. My husband was out of town.
I also saw a flower, so I'm not sure what I seen yet.
This is apples, cut apples. There is a lot of a symbolism. Look, this is 2006. I did this. Let me see.
Oh wow.
This is when I was in school. I'm
Nice.
unpacking because I just moved. So I'm unpacking a ton of old art. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I did this. Oh my gosh, I did this. Sketches. This, I'm going to show you guys a self-portrait. It's a back. It's a little pervy, okay? But I was...
Bring it on.
Bring it up.
If it's a Beck, I can't get in trouble on YouTube, right?
No, no.
That's very cool. That's really good.
Yeah.
Wow.
Kind of like meditation pose.
That
So
background lighting, though.
Yeah.
Woo, nailed it.
Isn't it crazy?
Really, really good.
These, I did it with a class. I did it in a class that I was taking a class with freaking Janet Cooling. This lady, my teacher, she used to be like in New York with the Andy Warhol. She's the first woman who painted a lesbian painting in New York. Like, she taught me some techniques that I love her. I even bought one of her paintings. But she
Andy
was
Warhol
already-
would kill it right now with his fucking trash art. Not for nothing, but Andy Warhol was like a memer before memeing was He did a Campbell soup can and went viral.
He would kill in the NFT game. Like he'd be the #1 leading artist.
For
sure.
real, bro. Like,
Just with like 2D images and stuff, even. Like
I just love art. Like,
insane.
from collage to everything. I mean, Brazilians in general, we're just like very artistic, lots of
I've
color.
always loved art, but I've never really, felt any way in any direction really about like owning it. You know
No,
what I
this is
mean?
so
Like
cool,
buying
though.
art
Yeah.
really wasn't anything that I was ever like, oh, I like that enough to buy it. I'm just like,
This is
I'll
a-
Google
this
it
is
and
a
print it
Romero
out. You know what
Brito.
I mean?
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, this is a Romero Brito, a Brazilian artist. This guy is a Miami guy, and he became a super famous guy. Like, he's the guy who used to paint Ferraris with his style, and his style became like, he's Brazilian, so I'm actually super proud of him because he was able to commercialize his art
That's
like
super
so
cool.
early. Him with NFTs.
How
Yeah.
long did it take you to get the NFTs up and running? I'm just curious.
Me?
Yeah, because you did it pretty much like all on your own, kind of. I'm just curious,
Yeah,
like
I
how long
just
it
went
took.
on Pixel Chain, and I realized I couldn't directly mint because Pixel Chain is connected with Ethereum. So I took a screenshot of the art and then I cropped it. And then I went on a Topic Hub. I didn't have wax, so I went on Bittrex, bought a little wax, brought it back in. And I did it in, few hours. It was
Really
amazing.
nice. See, that's what I'm saying, guys. You can do this in a few hours, bros. Like it's
Google everything. I mean, there's a lot of people have made like some good guides out there.
shout out to Anders and
Oh, I
Crypto
did.
Stash.
Yeah, there's some amazing stuff. Some good
I
research.
have a guide on how to use Pixel Chain on my blog. I have a guide, a tutorial on how to use OpenSea in my blog. I have a guide now. Everything that I do comes with a little tutorial. And my blog is kind of my home. I just literally, like, I use as a diary. everything that I do, I spew on my blog daily. So my
I
blog
don't blog a lot, but if I did, I would definitely use the private paper thing that 3D does, because you can actually turn your blog into an NFT automatically using private paper.
Dude, you're a good writer, so you need to definitely blog.
Yeah, you could turn every blog into an NFT automatically using it, and basically make it an offline blog. So if the internet ever goes down, you'll be all right.
And I'm so scared because I'm using Blogger. I'm on Google. I can't share. They already kicked me off of YouTube.
Right.
Like, at some point,
Say
it's gonna-
something wrong and you're gone.
Yeah, but I have it backed up on Library. Every article now I publish on Library and Odyssey. I have it on Publish OX. I have it on Medium. So I spread out. I remember when I was just starting out, I have few friends in the industry that told me, Michelle, you're a little crazy. You're focusing too much on too many platforms and you're not really building one following one place. The kind of way to do it is to build it in one place and then bring everybody to where you are. But I was like, you know what? I just want a well-rounded, experience. And I feel like I achieved that now because now my followers are coming in later and I have everything set up for them. All the tutorials in my blog, everything is there. So when they need something, I'm like, here's the link, here's the path, here's the this. So it was a little bit more time consuming for me to get everything done, especially independently.
Yeah, it's resource heavy, right? Putting all the resources together.
Gosh, I mean, I take forever. I'm going to do one article. I have to post in 1,000 places and, but right now I feel like I'm getting a very cool interest. Like commodity.com is posting on my blog every month. They send me a little, and I have kids telling me, hey, I want to post on your blog. So now it's starting to grow a little bit bigger than me. And I'm super excited about it because that work that I did, that overwork, finally is being recognized a little bit. And I'm excited. Now bring it on. Come, followers. I'm ready for you.
Definitely go follow Mamae Crypto. The Twitter handle is in the title, but the website is Mamae, Mammy, crypto.com.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
shout out
It's
to Team Huddle in the chat. Jeremy Crow, thanks Emilio, everybody Mello. Yeah, see you in the chat, Mello. I'll hit you up. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Team Huddle just launched some NFTs on ghostmarket.io. They're music NFTs. Check it out. Yeah, Huddle Gang, Huddle Gang, Huddle Gang. Yo, I'm telling you. I'm so hyped for music NFTs right now. That's probably my new... my new FOMO passion right now is like music NFTs and seeing a lot of mainstream artists coming in, like Kings of Leon coming in to do an NFT album.
Yeah. Shawn Mendes is popping up with he's selling Genies, which is the exclusive beats of his music. Oh, wow. Shawn Mendes, okay?
Right, so that's a utility NFT. If you buy it, you can use the beat in your music.
Yeah, and it's exclusive as well. So it's a beat that nobody has,
Yeah.
So Quality Value NFT says that your auction and website are being displayed on the live stream for QVN right now. So if you want to go on Twitter, you can follow QVNFTs, Quality Value NFTs on Twitter. You can see the live stream and you can see that you're being highlighted.
Wow.
Oh. It's a 24-hour NFT live stream thingy we're working on.
Yeah, I think that just doing stuff like this too is a good way to build your brand and your community. One thing Ken does that I've noticed that a lot of people like, and it helps inspire love and community in his chat, at least on Telegram, is people can kind of post their own stuff too. You're allowed to go and show your own items in there. And that makes people feel welcome, It's not like he's the only one in there saying like, "Hey, check this out," or it's only people that he's like.
He's not just selling his stuff; he's really supporting. I know. I'm in his Telegram.
Also... that's what you were saying with having like other artists contribute. It's like that's what grows it the fastest too. Like letting people get in on it.
I had the kid, Renan, from Renan Geography. He has a geography portal. He's a geography teacher and he loves crypto. So he's creating blog posts about traveling to Brazilian destinations with Travala. So he united what his passions are and created this amazing blog post. And then he's like, I would love to publish on your blog. Would you do that? And I said, of course, it's my pleasure to have, open space for people like you. And then he's like, my article has a referral code. Would you like me to put yours? And then I'm like, no, you're gonna put yours because I want you to see the results of the work that you're doing. And it's my pleasure, if you're doing quality work, to be able to open space in my blog for my audience, especially for an article that is gonna add to their knowledge. And it's just like a win-win situation for everybody, because in reality, I'm a mom, and one day that I don't need to write and he's writing is a couple more hours that I can stay with my daughter. Yep. So it's little things like that, and I really want him to get excited that he's there, and I want him to have a return for his effort. So when you start thinking like this, I told my husband, things are just starting to happen naturally, and I don't have to put a real effort. Yeah. And the truth is, things are getting molded by itself. Before, I was kind of trying to lead things in one way, and now I just let the crowd lead me to where they want me to go, and it's been a great journey so far for me.
Yeah, but you're in the right place, things kind of just start to happen. Mm-hmm. You got to work hard still, obviously.
Yeah, bro, that's the funny thing is, you might not know, bro, and that's why I'm like kind of over here like, it's funny. Mammy's been in this. Mammy's an OG. She is an OG. Like I said, when I met her at the Litecoin summit in Vegas, she was working it, helping people, on ramp there. Like she's been boots on the ground. She's not just showing up because NFTs are hot. Like I said, she said earlier, she's got art on the blockchain that predates the NFT abilities.
Yeah. Thank you.
So the thing is, I think, Mammy, you're more a part of a community than you have your own. Now is the time for community members to start growing their own communities.
Yeah, I'm realizing that for sure, and everything I learned is being embedded. I'm so thankful for everything I learned with you guys. Like, it's priceless. Being in that bus with you guys to the Bitcoin conference in San Francisco. What the heck was that experience? What I mean?
Dude, I still think about listening to Edward Snowden talk about Bitcoin in person, and I'm just like, he's right. That's insane.
Freaking surreal. I'm like, dude, sometimes I'm like, am I living in a real life? Because sometimes it's a little bit surreal, and right. It really doesn't matter if people follow or don't follow. What matters is the experience that I am living and what, the knowledge that I'm
gaining. We got to meet Dorian Nakamoto.
Yes. And I have pictures with him. All of my
right. We met Satoshi. Fuck everybody else.
It's insane.
I mean, I hang out like David Sean when he was launching a project in Brazil, Elixir. And he's looking for nodes. I pulled strings together in Brazil, and David Sean, we were able to make enough nodes happening. And I'm like, people are like David Sean, and I'm like, he's pre-Satoshi, people. Understand who David Sean is, and then I'm like, run that node. Calling my grandpa, you better run a node.
I love it.
So that's what this community is built on, is that boots on the ground mentality.
Yeah, dude, there's a difference between being like a fan of crypto and being an evangelist for crypto.
Yeah, I onboard people weekly. I do like consultations, but the first thing I do is I teach them how to use things. I mean, it's because there's less questions, because like you said earlier, like they don't care as much about all the details if they know just how to work it,
I know that
how your car works. You're just like, how do I drive it? All right, I put this.
So what kind of NFTs have you been looking at since you got into Wax? Anything that like caught your eye that you're like fighting FOMO over? Are you into Bratz? Are you into Street Fighters? Do you have a crush on Will Shatner? I mean, any of these NFTs available kind of got your attention? I'm curious, like what you're into or what you're waiting to see come into like the NFT world, like.
Yeah, well, in my case, I would love to see more of my favorite artists create like baby version, less expensive versions of what they have into the wax marketplace. So I would love to see Marcos Maciel, Jay Wolf, pieces that I really want to have and that I truly can't afford. If they could create like baby versions, not as expensive version, like a commercial collection for us, because it
Like
would
an
still
infinite series where it's just prints forever, but we could all at least buy one.
Yeah.
exactly something we can print and use as a display on the back of our video, because some pieces, like even Vesa, for example, I love his pieces, but I'm a sardine, and
I interviewed him yesterday
so
actually for the Super World show. We talked to him for like an hour and a half. It's so cool what he's doing over there, and yeah, I think a lot of people want to own his work and stuff.
He's
so.
revolutionizing art.
Yes, it's insane. He was taking us. He had his camera on a selfie stick, taking us through the studio, and it was unbelievable. And he's working on some other giant projects.
Oh yeah, the dude's got a mattress staying at the studio working so hard. I'm like, this dude.
Yeah, we were interviewing him. It was like past midnight his time, and he was having like a glass of wine and just like enjoying talking to us. So he's the coolest.
And another thing that I would say is that they are a couple. A lot of people talk about him, but I think his wife complements his work so much. We talk about that.
I'll need our partners to kind of be in our creative center. So
literally, they are really well connected. They have such a beautiful relationship, and she's really part of his pieces. It's like they work as a pair. So when I see a lot of talk about Vesa, and then I'm like, wow, they don't even know that there is a very special lady behind him. That not that they don't know. Most people know. Yeah. If you've seen them on a gallery, in a show, you actually had the contact with both of them. But it's just so unique how they do this as a partnership, and it's so beautiful, and I think that translates into his pieces.
This is why I got Nathan.
Yeah.
Huh?
What? Oh, I said that out loud? Ew, that's weird.
Huh?
Bromance. It's bromance.
No, it is bromance.
It was bromance at first DM.
It was. I don't know. I guess we just connected somehow. I think it's important too, like to know for young artists, the way to connect with the people that you admire in this space is to be genuine, show love, and don't get upset if they don't respond.
Oh, and be
a million things to do. So
and be agnostic. Don't be so tribal. Buy NFTs from all the blockchains. And NFT is an NFT. If you can afford Ethereum NFTs, by all means, throw your money out the window and buy it, because that shit is expensive. Not just because it's expensive in dollars, but that gas fee is just like it's against my religion. It's why I unbanked myself. I don't like fees.
I will say this though, as an artist, like it kind of sucks that somebody has to pay that to get your art, but in some weird way, it makes you feel good because you go like, oh wow, they were willing to pay the gas fee to get
right
this.
On.
Yes, that is true.
Well, I felt that a couple times where I'm like, okay, like it.
Yeah, sometimes I bite a bullet and I bite a blow, or I bought Juan Fitty's mint 1 of 1, his first music NFT. I eventually ate the bullet when the gas fee came down to like a measly 10% gas fee.
No, I'm thinking of doing the collection on OpenSea, knowing now that I don't have to mint and they can mint upon, purchase.
Yeah, use Mintable, mintable.app. That if you're going to use Ethereum for NFTs, I recommend using mintable.app. They have one of the best models for artists to use the Ethereum blockchain for NFTs. And they could set it up so I can get a physical picture frame with your art in it. And it's like locked in there. It's like a hardware wallet with your art in it. I have a physical collectible of your digital art now.
Oh, cool. And then you can have like stacked up. And
exactly.
Your room is probably like full of stuff,
I was just talking to Nathan about, I was like, I have a lot of stuff.
I know.
Freak out if they know what I just saw before the show too. And I'm not talking about seeing Kenn naked either. I'm
OG swag.
Yeah, some of the swag that he showed me was crazy.
Oh,
It's
somebody
not
said
like
garbage pail,
having-
bro. Yeah, bros. And I got all of them. I got all the collectible tins. I got the collectible box, and I got the card with the scratch. I got the entire collectible thing.
Ken has never been shy about his sexiness, right, Ken?
That's what
I got
love
this
about it.
tattoo right here, so I could do this all the time. You know, and it's like, it's not weird because I'm like, hey, look at my tattoo, but you're looking at my nipples. I know you are.
Yeah.
That's my new goal of every show, is to get Ken to show those beautiful nipples somehow.
Oh man, if you could see them close up, they look like daddy long legs. Each have like 6 little long hairs sticking out. It's crazy.
Pluck them. Not
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
No, I'm afraid of plucking random hairs because then, like, I don't know if it was, okay, it was a mushroom trip that did it to me, but I do completely relate this to a weird mushroom trip. If I pull one of my hairs, there's a chance I'll unravel like a sweater.
Sometimes
Oh, no.
I come to my husband with the tweezer.
No.
That's why I don't like popping pimples either, because I'm afraid if I pop a pimple, my whole insides will come out. I'll be inside out, man. Like,
Yeah. Well, I know. Yeah.
irrational, totally irrational.
Yeah.
That's pretty irrational for sure.
But the popping pimple one, me and you know that's not a very good thing to do, you know, because sometimes
Exactly. You know, Jeremy Crow said, what was that site again? What site?
The Mintable.
Oh, mintable.app.
Mintable.
Yeah, Mintable, MINTABLE, Mintable.app. Yeah, if you're gonna use Ethereum, you got to use Mintable. And if, you know, if you think Wax may be a little oversaturated, with a lot of, you know, bigger brands like Capcom coming in with Street Fighter, maybe saturated with celebrities like, you know, what's the Star Trek and stuff that's coming out now? I mean, if you think Wax may have too much mainstream saturation and you're trying to get into the space, I think right now for, you know, that early, you know, end user thing where like maybe I'm too early, but it hopefully will be a good thing that you're too early, ghostmarket.io.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
Awesome.
really see a lot of good things coming out of that marketplace and that blockchain, the way they're doing their NFTs. I think it's just one of those opportunities for artists to be like, you know, like I said, like earlier, all the celebrities that are coming in are using Ethereum because they don't know better, right? Once they start to realize, oh, this kind of sucks, you know, maybe we might want to look at other things for other stuff. Now we have this art museum with all this expensive stuff. Like you were talking about having like that little baby collection, right? Like that is something they need to have outside. So they need to have a gift shop outside of their gallery. So the gallery will be Ethereum with high end. Wax will probably be that gift shop with like the t-shirts and hats and that, you know, really cheap art that's probably infinite print. So, you know, it doesn't have a real high resale value and they can sell it for $1.
Yeah. I tell people Ethereum is like, imagine being in a fancy art museum and you're allowed to buy the paintings off the walls. Like that's what I try to explain to people. And like, yeah, it would be cool to view Wax more as, and it could be that already.
It could be, exactly. It just
The
depends.
artist just kind of like she said earlier, just scale it down, make a special Atomic Hub version of it or something.
Yeah, a more commercial version.
Well, that's what
maybe
Twerky
not
Pepe
authentic,
did
it's not as
exactly.
complex as the original.
Did you see that's
Twerky
what
did
Twerky Pepe did exactly? Twerky Pepe's NFTs sell for like 10 Ethereum right now on Ethereum for one NFT. And Twerky Pepe comes and sells some for like $10 on Wax.
It's a cool move. It's
Yeah,
it's a good thing for the industry too. Because it shows people that you can have your cake and eat it too. Like you can actually give back.
Imagine if you could only
your own
buy
money.
throwback jerseys and you couldn't buy any other jerseys from like Modell's. You could only buy jerseys from a player that played in a game. Like, you know how expensive it would be? And I mean, why wouldn't you mass-produce jerseys people can buy and also sell some throwback authentics that were on the court and auction them off in their own little, you know, store as well? And that's exactly what they do, and they will do that with NFTs. I just think people are too tribal.
I'm already visualizing, like in, let's say, in Sandbox, for example, digital retail stores that you can actually walk in with your VR and you can actually pick the prints the NFT prints, and then you can actually go to a website like Teespring or Zazzle, and you can actually shop and send the products that you want print out with the NFT that you buy, and you walk out of that physical digital store with all the merchandise you want. It just is being shipped to your house. So it's almost like I can already see in the future that NFTs are gonna really try to mimic the our ecosystem in the regular world, the brick to mortar world, into a more digital atmosphere, and it's gonna be 3D. I'm having visions somehow, and I just wish I was geeky and a dev so I can come up with the stuff. But literally, everything's possible. All the pieces are there. We just gotta connect all the dots and make it happen.
Yeah, the brick and mortar adoption's coming. I'm waiting for the first pizza store that will let me buy a large pizza NFT and then redeem it whenever I'm in town near the pizza shop. This way they could sell millions of pizzas before they ever have to make one of them. And now they have money that they could use to better their business, and customers that can come in and redeem those pizzas when they're hungry or in town or whatever the case may be. I think that's coming, and I'm really excited. I want that to kind of be like the first, mainstream. It would be great to see Papa John's do it, since they're kind of the Bitcoin pizza people, but
Yeah. It will, but it will be one. It may not be Papa John. It may be the Papa, the neighbor's store.
the mom and pop shops, exactly.
Because
they're gonna go from like having no equity, no money, you know what I mean, no market cap. They do NFTs from a mom and pop pizza store. They're gonna have $100,000 in their market cap that they have to play with to make maybe a franchise now.
Yeah.
Look, the truth is, every corporate company, they have so many like board members to go through, and then one or two, old man over there doesn't like the idea or have some misconception about it. It's just so hard to get.
Why's it always got to be an old man? Sometimes old women are bitches too.
Old women, old grumpy women.
I'm just trying to be an equal opportunist.
No.
We like to point out sexism whenever we see it.
Maybe
I'm getting canceled.
A couple of executives in banks that actually liked Bitcoin a couple of years back, but they, no matter what.
Oh, they were told they couldn't buy it a couple years back.
You're
remember?
not allowed to like it back then.
Yeah, if you got Bitcoin and you worked at a bank, you got in trouble.
Yeah.
Until you get the whole board to approve your decision, half of the board think you're cuckoo anyways. So I'm really betting on the mom and pop store. And honestly, Bitcoin is all about.
They got to watch Tesla put 1.5 billion into Bitcoin. Mom and pop shops need to move fast before the Papa John's move.
I think so. That's what I've been rooting for. I'm like, people, wake up, just do it, because we are creating a community culture on the internet. That culture existed when we just launched the internet, when eBay just started, but these sharks just came monopolizing everything, and then there was no more room for us. There was no more room to make profits. eBay was profitable. I had a flourishing e-commerce business, but I can't, because Shopify makes all the money, eBay makes all the money, Amazon makes all the money, and then we became a dependent community, reliant on these corporations, and now we are mad, but we kind of gave it away anyways. We should be shopping from each other.
Yep.
Bottom line.
Possible again.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it is. Decentralization is that. When I see people moving from YouTube into library and having a little return for what they are watching, I'm like, okay, this is working.
This is going to be on library. As soon as the live stream's over, it goes automatically onto library. And I probably make about $100 a month on library just because I upload my videos to library, and that's it. And
Bro, if you use the support tool, you would be way up there, okay?
I know, trust me.
But
I like to do the bare minimum so I can show people that you can do this doing bare minimum. You don't have to 9 to 5 quit your day job. You could just add it to the thing that you do, right? Like in between your Twitter and Facebook, add library or add this other thing like Steam or Hive or whatever it may be, Float or... Shit, there's so many Somi. People are going to be mad that I didn't mention this. There's so many.
But you're sitting in a spaceship right now talking about keeping it simple. So I just want to point that out.
Yeah, but I'm on my way to the moon as we speak. Somebody in the chat mentioned that there is an Andy Warhol painting on the moon. So I'm thinking if I can convince Elon Musk to make a stop on his way to Mars, we can
You're
pick
on your
it
way
up.
there right now.
Yeah. But we got to make a detour. I have to convince him. He's in the bathroom right now.
Oh yeah, it's
let me show off Mamae stuff as we wrap it up real quick here, guys. So here is the NFT on the screen. You can see the store is Mama Pixels 21. Go ahead and look for that in the store. You might have to click on that verified to make sure it's to show the unverified stuff. Or you can just head on over to mammycrypto.com, MAMMY crypto.com. And then the top of the screen, you'll see the drop down menu. Just go ahead and click on gallery and it will take you to the NFTs. There we go, gallery. So there you go, bros.
Were you able to see it, Nathan?
He's not. No, YouTube's able to see it, or anybody watching.
Okay. Okay, cool. I couldn't see it, but hopefully
sorry.
everybody liked it. It's basically, I had an interview, and the graphic designer created my avatar, and I created the image inspired by the avatar that someone created for me. And it's been fun.
And I mean, it kind of goes with the vibe of that original art that you were making, when you were younger, with the pixel kind of dots. It's very pixely, very digital dots. I like it. I love the vibe.
I actually tweeted one the other day. Why are pixels so square? Don't be so square. Maybe pixels should be round.
It would be cool to see octagon pixels or something, right? Yeah,
totally. Beehives.
Yes, that would be sick. Exactly. All right, guys. Thanks everybody for watching the live stream. I appreciate it. Mellow fellow boards, I see you in the chat. Join my Telegram, please. This is somebody that just messaged in the chat saying, "Hey, it's me from Aga Street." This is like me in diapers, and people are reaching out from that point in my life.
We'll follow your Telegram. Don't you worry.
Yeah.
Don't send the spam messages. Okay?
Come in the Telegram. Jeremy Crow, thank you. Silent Lamb, appreciate it. What up, L? Gork? Yeah, you're just L now. Clover, how goes it, bro? Thanks for stopping by. Larry, Crypto Quandary, my bro. Randy, Scott, Steve R82, QVN was here. Thank you, 3D, much appreciated. Larry was in the chat today. Emilio, I think I already said that. Team Hodl was here. Yo, guys, go check out Team Hodl's NFTs on ghostmarket.io. Ghostmarket.io, Team Hodl NFTs. Fuck doing your own research. FOMO. It's financial advice. Sue me. Have a day, everybody.
Yeah.
Love you.
Hello, happy bros. Hey, you're about to get a face full of the Kenn Bosak. He's a mentor. That's what I heard. He's a connector. Oh, yeah. He's a brilliant leader. I've seen it. He's Kenn Bosak. Oh, happy bro. You gotta get some Bitcoin and hold it. Happy bros. You gotta get those NFTs and you gotta hodl that stuff. You gotta hodl it. 'Cause I'm Kenn bro. We got your Bitcoin, bro. He's an original. Buy some NFTs and hold them. How many times does he have to tell you? Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. 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 Yeah, we're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Bro, we're going to the moon. Oh yeah, we're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. Real high. Yep. Real high. Hello, happy bros. Come get some Kenn Bosak.
Have a day.
That one's for you, Jasper. Have a day.
There are many different ways to buy Bitcoin, but the cheapest and fastest way to buy Bitcoin with cash is with a coin flip Bitcoin ATM. Coin flip ATMs allow anyone to buy Bitcoin with the lowest fees and within just a few steps. Hi, I'm Amy, and I'm one of the hundreds of store owners who partner with CoinFlip. In this convenience store, we host a CoinFlip Bitcoin ATM. We earn passive income, more foot traffic, and we get free advertising done by the CoinFlip team. Getting the ATM was easy. We just contact the CoinFlip team at info@coinflip.tech, and they handle everything